All right, fellas, and here we are. All right, we are in Super Bowl Sunday in this reality where we are going to be making the Packers Super Bowl contenders. Um, so we'll see who wins in this version of reality. Does the Super Bowl outcome change or does it stay the same? And it changes. The Patriots beat the Seahawks and win the Super Bowl. And it looks like this game is actually relatively smart with the way the MVP, Coach of the Year, and all that works, except they got the Offensive Rookie and Defensive Rookie of the Year wrong. That's fine. So I did import the draft class right here. I know it says I don't know why it's doing this, but Fernando Mendoza is a top 5 pick. That is the only reason I know that this is the right class, but I do have the 2026 draft class. Apparently, I have to cut some players, so I guess I'll get done with that. I'll actually let the game do that for me. But for now, I'm going to just go to next week to see who I need to re-sign, and I'm going to try to keep Quay Walker on probably a 4-year deal, and he's going to re-sign. Romeo Dobbs we let walk. Rasheed Walker we let walk. Lucas Van Ness, I'll accept his option. Everyone else though is going to be walking. And now getting into free agency, we have $26 million to spend. And I don't know if we have enough money to actually realistically go after Joey Bosa, and he doesn't. I mean, he does want to come to Green Bay, so I guess I may as well throw like a little 2-year deal at him, see if he for some reason wants to come here and be opposite of Micah Parsons. And can we afford it? We cannot afford Brandon Aubrey. Maybe if I throw a 3-year deal at him, but I guess we'll see. Those are the two free agents I can even attempt to afford. I will be freeing up more money and time. I mean, I guess I could go now and restructure Aaron Banks. That's a big one. Free up some money from him. And then maybe Xavier McKinney we could restructure. No, I won't restructure McKinney, but let's see. How much money do we get from Aaron Banks? We get $10 million, which is a pretty decent amount. And we can go out and try to sign. If I could get Elijah Vera Tucker, which it doesn't look like I'll be able to, but I'll bring down the money a little bit. I know he's not going to like this offer, but I could also throw like a 5-year deal at him with this money. Maybe that'll work. I doubt it, but if I can somehow pull Elijah Vera Tucker out of my ass, that would be absolutely great. So for here, we are going to evaluate and hope for the best. And somehow we got Elijah Vera Tucker. We did not get Joey Bosa. He went to Seattle, and the jury is still out on Brandon Aubrey, but we do have $20 million now, so I'm gonna look through free agency and see if there's any players that I think are worth picking up. So I discovered Trayvon Diggs, and for some reason I could free $20.5 million by cutting him, but I don't think that would be the best idea right now. He does have some upside. Worst comes to worst, I can cut him next year. Fortunately, I don't have to pay him any guarantees, so I won't actually take a cap hit from him. But Keyshawn Nixon could be an interesting one to release, although he would be a net negative to release, so I don't think that would be worth it. The only position I'm thinking maybe I throw a contract at is a defensive tackle, so I'm gonna look back at those. All right, so I only had enough money to offer one contract, and that was to DJ Reader. D tackles are very expensive, and we'll see if we get DJ Reader. We do get DJ Reader. Brandon Aubrey is still just being a pain, so I'm gonna evaluate one more time because I only really have the money for him. He doesn't sign, so we're just gonna sim ahead to the draft and hope that Brandon Aubrey signs. All right, so looking at this, I did get Brandon Aubrey, and somehow I'm missing Daniel Whelan. So for now, I'm going to release Brandon McManus, even though he is a net negative to release, because I don't need 3 kickers on roster. I'm also going to be releasing Lucas Harvisick, I think is how his name is pronounced. And just after free agency, this is what the team is looking like. Here, let me move my webcam off. Unfortunately, no punter right now. We did get DJ Reader, and I am planning on trading away Rashawn Gary during the draft. Offensively, we don't have a backup quarterback. And yeah, we did get Elijah Vera Tucker, but he is also hurt until the start of the season. So there's that. That's very fun. We will start the draft, and looking at the draft board, is there any, I mean, quarterback I don't need. There's a corner that's guaranteed round one, so I'm curious as to whether or not I have a bunch of corners. No. I might be able to trade back up into the first round, but I kind of doubt it. So I don't know. I'll try to cook something up real quick for Rashawn Gary. I'm going to keep the draft going. You've got to assume the Raiders are going to be taking Fernando Mendoza here. All right, and we have officially traded back into the first round, trading Rashawn Gary, our second round pick, and then a fifth round pick next year for Philadelphia's first and fifth round pick. And it did take a little bit for me to get there. You can see the, oh wow, the Raiders did not take Fernando Mendoza, and the Giants take a quarterback at pick 5. But now I do have a first round pick, so all the corners that I wanted got taken. I'm going to look around and see what I can find, because I really don't know this draft class. I don't really pay attention to college football very much, and I'll make a decision on what I want to pick. My big things are offensive line, defensive end, or corner. Now this fella here, Caleb, I think Lomu is how to pronounce his last name. Looks like he could be a franchise left tackle, and he was ranked 35 in true value, comes in with hidden dev. Definitely could have gone worse there. We may as well look at the recap, and I'm expecting some terrible things. So our running back was a 71, and our defensive tackle and center weren't as terrible as I thought. This guy was awful. But overall, not as bad as I was expecting out of this class. Now, Mr. Davidson, whatever, he looks fine. 93 speed as a corner is fine. 85 speed as an edge rusher, I really like. Could have been a faster running back, but nothing insane. So for now, we're going to go to the preseason. All right, and here we are at the start of the preseason. I did go through free agents and sign quite a few. I signed Jimmy Garoppolo. I signed 2 wide receivers. One of them was Mecole Hardman here, and the other was an undrafted rookie with Ardev. I didn't get anything along the O-line. I did change Jordan Morgan from right to left guard, and then Elijah Vera Tucker, once he gets back in a week, will be taking over for Aaron Banks. Tucker Kraft in 12 weeks will be taking over for Austin Hooper here. Dennis Sutton will be starting on the right side until Micah Parsons comes back. Lucas Van Ness will be the other side. I did put our rookie DB as our corner number 2, which might be dumb, but we'll see. Our linebackers are figured out. Evan Williams, Xavier McKinney at safety, and then special teams, I did sign Braden Mann as our punter, and I did move Javon Bullard over Trevon Diggs on the depth chart as slot corner, because normally he does very well as slot corner. DJ Reader nose tackle. Dennis Sutton is our rush right edge, and then Lucas Van Ness rush left edge for the time being. Now we're just going to honestly rip off the Band-Aid, and we're going to go to midseason to see where we're at by the time Micah Parsons and Tucker Kraft get back. All right, and here at midseason, we are 4-3, coming off of 2 losses, one of them being to the Jets. That's not what you like to see. But looking at the league, this is what the NFC is looking like, and we are at we're in 3rd place for our division, and we are not in a wild card spot right now, despite a 4-3 record. Looking at the schedule to this point, if it'll let me, we started off 4-0. Including a shutout win over the Cowboys. And then we dropped our last 3. Fortunately, we did beat the Vikings and Lions, so those are 2 division wins, but definitely not the greatest look so far. Jordan Love is having a good year. Josh Jacobs is having a great year. Christian Watson doing his thing, Jaden Reed, Matthew Golden getting involved finally with touchdowns. So you got to assume that it's our defense that's kind of letting us down, number 15 offense and number 26 defense. Now, is Micah Parsons back yet? He is not. And for some reason, this doesn't make much sense to me. I don't have the CPU controlling my depth chart. Zach Tom did get hurt, it looks like. We do have a rookie as our wide receiver 5, but Zach Tom is hurt, unfortunately, for 2 more weeks, though. Kraft and Parsons are out only for a week. So they're coming back next week. And unfortunately now I'm going to have to change this again. Our corner is back, or up to a 76 overall, which is nice. He is going to be naturally taking over his corner 2 pretty soon here. And I could actually throw him at slot corner, but I'd rather keep him at corner number 2. And we'll look at our sack numbers. Edrin Cooper with 2, Lucas Van Ness leading the team with 5, Dennis Sutton with 4, and then 5 players with 1 pick. So overall, I mean, it's good things we're seeing out of the defense. We do have a trade offer for Dontavian Wicks, and we do have, well, we have lots, I guess. Cam Jackson here at D-tackle. You can never have enough people along the D-line. We'll do that. We'll make that trade. Now, looking at negotiations, we do not have much money, and it looks like we have quite a few players to attempt to re-sign. For the time being, Tucker Kraft is one of the most important players, but in Madden, normally tight ends are kind of underrated. Depending on how the year ends, I'll see which receiver I want to keep. Carrington Valentine is not even in my top 3 corners right now, but Keyshawn Nixon would be leaving, so maybe I throw a 3-year deal at him. He's relatively cheap. We'll do a 4-year deal, and we got Carrington Valentine coming back. Yeah, I think we're gonna have to wait until the end of the year to decide on those other guys. So for now, we're gonna sim to next week, and then I will jump in and play the game against the Falcons, or at least an offensive drive or two. All right, and we're gonna be taking over right after the Falcons go down and score. Now, this is all Madden simulation, just so you guys are aware on the difficulty, and for some reason, Josh Jacobs isn't there to take the first snap. I'm not going to pretend I know why Jacobs wasn't in and is still not in. So Josh Jacobs must have gotten hurt right before the game. And Christian Watson there with his first catch. So I believe Miller was the 6th round rookie that I drafted. So he is going to have to show me what he's worth. So far he's been all right. Granted, this is his first drive. Now Marshawn Lloyd's in there. And they read out the screen well, but thankfully Lloyd can run as well. That could have been really bad. We're getting pretty good blocking up front. I am not mad by a 5-yard pickup on first down, especially considering our right tackle is out and Tucker Kraft in his return making his first catch. So far, so good here. It looks like Austin Hooper is still on our roster at fullback. Ooh, that's not good. Xavier Watts and Jesse Bates, and we are getting blitzed. And we're just going to throw a fuck it ball to Christian Watson. He got caught, or not Watson, Matthew Goldman, but he got caught by Christian Watson. Unfortunate turn of events. Ooh, ow. Speaking of unfortunate, I didn't see him coming. And now Brandon Aubrey. Because we need to get on the board. Alright. And now I'll play another drive. We'll do 2 offensive. So this time our defense gets a stop, which is nice to see. Hopefully we'll be able to go down and put 7 on the board this time, rather than 3. His first name is Jam. What a name. Jam Miller. Anyway, we're up to the 50. And we'll hit. Okay, Jaden Reed could not hang on. And Miller just false started. Unfortunate 2 plays right there. It looks like they might try to blitz. They don't. This one looks like a possible blitz too. There we go, first down. Oh, they are just asking me to run this football. And I will oblige. And pick up 8 yards. And we're going to go to Golden. Oh! Off the deflection. Okay. There we go. We are up 10-7 now, and I'm going to sim the rest of the game. You know, I was gonna pause the recording, and boom, we're going to the end of the game. We're up 17-7, up 24-7, and now we're up 27-14, 35-14, 42-14, 45-14. What a game! The Falcons took a lead early and did not see the lead come back. Jordan Love with a nice day. 4 touchdowns, no picks. Michael Penix, the opposite of a nice day. Rushing wise, Jam Miller did have 58 yards, 4.4 yards per carry, out rushing Bijan Robinson. Overall, the run game was pretty good. Jaden Reed with 70. Who led the day? Christian Watson with 93 receiving yards. A touchdown for him, Jaden Reed, and 2 for Matthew Golden on 3 catches. Tucker Kraft, 4 for 47. Micah Parsons with 7 sacks in his return. Is that a record? Overall, the team had 11 sacks. Wow. So that is insane. Micah Parsons, though, a 7-sack game, and he is now 2 away from being top 3 after 1 game, and he is leading the team in sacks. I mean, what a dominant return there for Micah Parsons. And then Edgerrin Cooper and Nate Hobbs got those picks. Our offense is down to 28th. Granted, we just came off of the bye week. Defensively, we're up to number 10. I don't know if the bye week is skewing that, but for now, I do want to look and see. Micah Parsons tied a record. So for now, we're just going to sim to the playoffs and hope that oh yeah. Okay, so our rookie left tackle, Josh Jacobs, and Zach Tom are out. That's not good. uh 2 of our 5 offensive linemen are hurt, and then our running back. So the script has been flipped for this next season, and the Bears are going to be coming into Green Bay after just beating us last week. And we'll check the schedule to see whether that was in Green Bay or Chicago. So after the win against the Falcons, we beat the Lions and Bears, lost to the Dolphins, beat the Saints, Vikings, lost to the Patriots, beat the Bills, Buccaneers, and then lost to the Bears in Chicago. But that first Bears game was a disaster class for the Bears. But the offense looked fine, defense looks fine. We'll look at stats and awards real quick. Jordan Love sacked 36 times, which is more than you'd like, but also not all that much in Madden terms. 30 touchdowns, 9 picks. Josh Jacobs went wild. Then Marshawn Lloyd, Damian Martinez, and Jordan Love with 2 rushing touchdowns. Our rookie, Jam Miller, didn't do much on the ground. Jaden Reed led the team in receiving. The first 1,000-yard receiver in a while. Matthew Golden led the team in touchdowns. Tucker Kraft had 2 after his return. Nothing crazy receiving-wise. Let's see here. Interceptions. Nate Hobbs led the team. Or Nate Hobbs, wow. Xavier McKinney with 2 interceptions. Parsons with 14 sacks. And then our rookie, Dennis Sutton, with 9.5, passing Lucas Van Ness. Overall sack numbers looked pretty good. Just looking at the total numbers here real quick. 51 total sacks as a team. 12 INTs is nothing crazy. It's about middle of the pack, maybe a little lower than middle. The Jets had 6 more picks than they had last year. And looking at the yearly awards, Josh Allen MVP, Brian Daboll Coach of the Year, somehow still with the Giants, Puka Nacua, Derek Brown, Dante Moore. Ah, man, he had to have gotten snubbed. I do not believe. I'll have to look at that. Maybe. Probably not. Gardner Minshew was actually with the Rams. I mislooked at that. I thought it said the Colts. Spoiler alert, he did bring the Rams to the 1 seed. Okay, maybe Harold Perkins Jr. deserved the defensive rookie being the best linebacker. And then Devin Witherspoon was the best corner. But now we get to play the Bears in the wild card in Green Bay, and I will be playing one, not defense. I will be playing one drive of offense to try to get the playoffs started right. Here we'll look at the bracket while we're at it. The Broncos with the 1 seed in the AFC, and then the Rams in the NFC. A couple of rivalries, actually, a lot of rivalries in these wild card games. The Bengals, Ravens, Bills, and Patriots, and then the Eagles, Cowboys, and Packers, Bears. This would be a legendary wild card weekend right here. And the fact that the Packers and Bears are at 105 on a Saturday is just not right. That rivalry would be a night game. But for now, we'll play one offensive drive and stem from there and hope for the best. All right, we're starting here. The Bears just turned the ball over on downs, and now we have a chance to, you know what? Just because, why not? Kevin Byard is going to cover it over the top. Yeah, we have to check this down to Austin Hooper. Unfortunate. Could have probably got something downfield. Jacobs couldn't hang on to that one. Could have been a first down. So even if this drive does end here, this is it. I'm going to try to run it here on third down, and it works beautifully. Oh my goodness, if Jaden Reed had pulled back a bit for that block, that could have been a house call. Good run by Josh Jacobs. Ooh, not so good on that one. Oh, good catch by Tucker Kraft. Oh, Matthew Goldman easily gets that one. We are very close to being able to score. We'll run it with Josh Jacobs here. Take a bit of a conservative route. Oh my goodness. That's one tackle broken away from a touchdown. No, we'll give it to Marshawn Lloyd here. That could have and probably should have been a touchdown. All right, we're going to throw it here at the 4-yard line. Probably going to be able to hit Tucker Kraft. Worst comes to worst, I'll put Josh Jacobs out to the flat and Matthew Golden on a slant. And there it is, Tucker Kraft easily. Now, to the end of the game, up 14-0. And sorry if you guys hear banging. The floor is getting worked on upstairs as Josh Jacobs broke off a massive touchdown run. 28-7, 28-14, 35-21 now. And 38-21, 28-31, or 38-28, wow. But we win, holding on at the end. And the Bears could not come back this time. Jordan Love with a kind of underwhelming game, if you want me to be honest. But Josh Jacobs had a good day. 2 touchdowns on the ground for Jacobs. Tucker Kraft got involved big. And that was really it. I mean, Tucker Kraft was the big factor in this game. But now we are moving on to the divisional round to play. Now we were the 3 seed. So let's see. We're going to be playing the Falcons, who we did beat in Atlanta. We're just going to sim ahead and see. Hopefully we make the conference championship game. And we do. We're playing up against the league MVP, I believe. No, Josh Allen was MVP, but we have Gardner Minshew on his Linsanity run. Looking at it, they barely beat the Eagles. So let's see, can we make it to the Super Bowl? We're going to sim right there. Fingers crossed, year 1 will be the year we're in the Super Bowl, and we are. And just to show, none of these games were force wind. Yeah. Oh my god, 16-14 win. golly, we're going to be playing against the Ravens. And we're going to hop into this, and we're not going to be playing any of it. If it's a close game, I'll watch and commentate a bit of it. If it's a blowout, we're just going to send to the end. I'm kind of hoping for that blowout part. So here, hang on real quick. I'm just going to jump in so I can jump forward, and we're going to go to the next quarter. 3-0 Baltimore. Okay, we're still driving here. We start the second quarter with a touchdown. The Ravens respond. We respond again though. We're up 14-10, 17-10 now. Entering half. I didn't mean to do that. And we're going to punt. The Ravens punt. We're up 24-10. We go up 31-10. And the Ravens have no time. We win the Super Bowl 31-10 against the Ravens. And Lamar Jackson finally making it to the Super Bowl cannot get it done. Jordan Love outplaying Lamar Jackson. Josh Jacobs having himself a day. Receiving, Christian Watson led the game in receiving. Mark Andrews was the number one for the Ravens. And did I see? No, I didn't. Okay. Let's see. Defensively, Micah Parsons, 2.5 sacks. We had 2 forced fumbles. And DJ Reader recovered them both. Devontae Wyatt, Cam Jackson. Cam Jackson with a sack in the Super Bowl didn't even think about it when I traded him that he could have done something like that or traded for him. So he ended up being an impact player slightly. And then Micah Parsons with 2 sacks. Kicking wise, Brandon Aubrey was 1 for 1 on field goals. Tyler Loop missed one, but that wouldn't have mattered much in the end. As we win the Super Bowl 31-10 and complete this rebuild a lot faster than I was expecting. I've only been recording for about probably an hour, so I will not be complaining about that. Isaiah McDuffie did dislocate his hip in the Super Bowl, but there we go. We win it. I guess I made the Packers Super Bowl contenders just like that. So here I'll give a look at the final roster. And wow, the rookie left tackle went from a 75 to an 80 overall. I mean, everybody balled out. Matthew Golden is probably the wide receiver. If I do this, yeah, he's the wide receiver 1. Anderson here, an undrafted free agent. Elijah Vera Tucker was a huge signing. Jordan Morgan playing +7. Isaiah McDuffie went up to superstar, which is crazy. So did Edrin Cooper. Both of our linebackers went crazy. Our rookie went absolutely crazy. Nate Hobbs is playing up at an 86 overall. The rookie corner went up by 8. Just wow. This team developed absolutely beautifully. So, anyway, with that being said, here I'll put myself. Thank you guys for watching, and if you enjoyed, please like the video, and let me know if you want to see more, or yeah, let me know if you guys want to see more Madden videos in the future. I do have one planned out where I am making a true expansion franchise where I spent probably about 2 hours of my life spinning a wheel to get the lowest overall players of each position on my team. So hopefully I'll end up finishing that one up relatively soon. I think I recorded the initial making of that roster like a month ago. So who knows when that'll come out, but thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.